I look like a
Hi there! So you bought yourself a C8 Corvette. Congratulations. Either that or you have stolen one. Regardless, I hope this video will help you remove your engine cover fully and completely. Let's go. First thing to do when removing your engine cover is assess your surroundings for safety. Hi there. Let's get started. Because some of those videos out there are quite vague on how to remove an engine cover and how exactly to go about it, we're going to be super thorough so you won't miss a beat. First off, where's the engine? You need an engine to take an engine cover off. On the C8 Corvette, if you're not familiar or you just acquired this car illegally, you may not know where the engine is. First of all, look at the key fob, that, let me win.
It's on.
Key fob. On your key fob, you have lock, unlock, press this twice for starting your engine. Here you have the frunk, which is a trunk in the front, which is a frunk. And this here is the hatch in the back. And this is if someone was wanting to honk the horn a lot.
How does that help us find the engine?
To find the engine, There are two ways to find the engine on your C8 Corvette if you are unfamiliar. First off, you can start the engine by pressing this twice. Sounds great. Now you can listen to hear where the engine is coming from. The sound, not the engine. Here. I can hear a rumble, but it's not very loud. Aha! I think we found the engine. The second way to find your engine on your C8 Chevrolet Corvette is to open the frunk, pressing this twice. But when you press it, you must hold it longer the second time, as so. Now, simply lift the lid using your hand, and you will see inside there's no engine. We can rule that one out. To shut your front, please just firmly press your hand down till you hear a click. It's just that simple. Next, let's see if we can find an engine in the back hatch. Pressing it twice. Ah, that's the noise of something opening. No. Let's do this. Hi there. When you open your hatch in the back, you do not need to touch the top or you'll get fingerprints on it. So just go ahead and put your hand underneath here, but do not press on it when your hand is in it or you will hurt yourself. Raise slowly, keeping your back straight so you don't hurt yourself or strain any muscles. Most Corvette owners are over 65 and they may have some problems with their back. So be very careful. And one thing you can do when working on your Corvette is you can move this up just a little bit more. Just. Can you feel the burn? Great. Time for the next step. Hi there. Now that we're in the engine compartment, you can see we have found the engine cover. This here, my friends, is the engine cover of your C8 Chevrolet Corvette. First, if you have removed the top of your car and it is in the back of your trunk, please remove it. Why? Well, you'll have more room and less chance of scratching the paint on your beautiful new C8 Chevrolet Corvette. To do so is quite simple. At first you may feel a little bit timid to pull on this because this is a new vehicle and you cherish it more than your children. So what you need to do is pull down and back, but careful with your back. To put in, again, is the same thing in reverse. Give it a push. There you have it. Same thing. Let's do that again. Watch your back, bend your knees. Pull down and up. Nope. That was a tough one. Let's do that again, shall we? And back and no. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I got this. Cut. Here we go. Great. Now, simply grab underneath, watching where the paint is touching. Nice and slow. Easy does it. And throw it over.
Look at the camera to the mirror.
It's gonna show you.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, now that we have the trunk all clear, make sure there's no items in here that may get in your way. I have some hats here, but I think they're gonna be just fine. Next, if you are watching this on a video or on your own cell phone and you don't have a laptop with you or if you're watching this tutorial on how to remove a engine cover on a C8 Corvette on a cellular device or smartphone, for instance, please, while watching, GM has designed this special spot right here for your phone. Leave it here so you can watch this as you're performing the task. I find it quite convenient. Now comes to the fun part in removing your engine cover on your C8 Chevrolet Corvette. It is simply this, removing it. And we will do that by taking off the count them four screws that are holding on. Actually, they're bolts, not screws, but still, they're four screws that I call bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts holding the actual engine cover. To do so, we will need tools to actually unscrew those bolts until they have released the engine cover from its position and you can actually remove it from the engine bay. To do so, we will need tools. We will need a
half-inch ratchet
as such that can go clockwise and counterclockwise. We will also need an extension. Not necessary, but makes the job much easier. Next, we used a 10mm size socket for our 10mm bolt. You can use an 11mm, but it's very, very difficult. You can use a 9, but it's almost impossible. So we recommend a 10 that actually fits the bolt. Next, some sort of pliers or crimping device to take off the clip. Let's go. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty, shall we? Follow me. First off, when working in the engine bay, make sure that you do not scratch the paint on your new C8 Chevrolet Corvette. To do so, you may want to put down a blanket or protective cloth, or make sure that your clothes are smooth and silky and not having any buttons on any part. First off, as you enter the engine bay, make sure your engine is not hot, or you may burn yourself. First, take your
half-inch ratchet
and add your extension. To do so, you put the square part with the square part and make sure they line up. Once they line up, you give it a firm push until you hear a click. Then you know you have engaged the extension on your socket wrench. Next, take your 10mm socket and in the same way, line up the square with the square until you feel the click. There you have it. You're almost a mechanic. Next, Remember, one of the main things people learn when mechanic school is righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. To engage and to turn. Now, to engage the bolt so that it is actually loosening, not tightening, we want to go counterclockwise. Right now, you cannot hear any ratchet. I am going clockwise. I would be actually tightening the bolts. And to do so now, we will actually flick the switch, which will make it ratchet, going clockwise, which is what we want, and engaging, going counterclockwise to actually take out the bolts. Now, when you are actually doing this, you do not have to turn all the way around. That's why there's a ratchet. You can actually go part way, make a turn, come back, make a turn, come back, make a turn. If you're unfamiliar how to use one of these ratchets, please see this video here. If not, let's get going. Now comes the fun part. Putting the rubber to the road. First of all, I have taken the liberty to actually mark my bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4. As mentioned earlier, there are 4 bolts holding on your engine cover of your Chevrolet Corvette. Let's take one off, shall we? Whoops! This is a rookie mistake, and I did it to show you. I'm actually tightening the bolt. As said earlier, if you're tightening, just switch this little lever, and you're on your way. That's the sound of progress, my friends. Key the time lapse. Be sure not to drop your bolt into the engine bay, because it can make your life not worth living. Here is the bolt that must be removed. Place the bolt aside so that you do not lose it. After I've finished with number 1, I will move to number 2. When the bolt becomes loose enough, you can use your fingertips to caress the bolt so it does not fall as you spin it counterclockwise to remove it. Once there is no more friction and you can pull it out cleanly, pull it out, holding it with your 3 fingers, keeping it firm so you do not drop it in the engine bay, again, making your life horribly, horribly disappointing. Next, I find it much easier than to reaching across the engine bay to actually move around the vehicle. I'll do so now. Here we are, onto the 3rd bolt. It's just that easy. Now, I'm going to grab it with my 3 fingers and slowly turn it until I find that it is completely out. And without dropping it, I will grab it firmly and place it aside for reuse in the next video. Next, but definitely not least, is the clip. This clip right here needs to be removed from your engine cover on your C8 Chevrolet Corvette. Here I use the diagram to show you exactly where the clip is located. As you can see, there is a little part of the clip that needs to be compressed, and this top part flips over, and then this can come out. So using our pliers or gripping device, we will simply grab that little piece with our pliers, pulling up just like that. Be careful not to break this because you will be using it again in our next video. That simply comes up. Don't press it too far or you'll put too much strain on the plastic, causing it to possibly crack in the future. Here we go. Give it a little pull. Did you hear that pop? That pop means success. All right, now comes the part we've all been waiting for, is removal. Here we are. First off, if you look on the number 3 bolt, there is a bracket that's above. That bracket must be pulled off to the side to allow room for this to be raised up and taken out of the engine bay of your C8 Chevrolet Corvette. I have pulled that apart. Now, to go to the other side, I will walk around the vehicle and doing exactly the same thing on this side with a little different bracket, we will pull it apart. Now, we will pry slightly just to loosen it up as such. Pulling it out, being gentle. After all, if you break it, I will kill you. There we are. This has been successfully removed. Congratulations. You've succeeded. Let's just place it over here, out of the way. And now you can see in the engine bay, there is no more engine cover on your new C8 Chevrolet Corvette. Now that we removed this engine cover, if you'd like to know how to reinstall your engine cover on your Corvette, please watch this video in reverse and it'll give you all you need. We thank you again for watching. We know there are thousands of other videos of removals of engine covers on C8 Chevrolet Corvettes. We just hope that ours was the most thorough and the most satisfying. Thank you, and we'll see you on the next one.